and a very warm welcome back to the channel. I hope you enjoyed that. That's the official Finnair pre-Christmas 2021 video that they released on YouTube the other day. So I thought I'd have that ready to play for you guys so you can see that. And here we are at Pyreegue Dev Co's rather fantastic Glasgow airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to work our way through the airport and have a little look around before we go to the aircraft itself. We are off to Rovaniemi today in Finland. Osprey Regional, operating on behalf of Finnair if you like, so we'll make use of their announcements for the big Fly and See Santa event 2021 on the VATSIM Network. Hope we're all good. Hope we're all looking forward to today. A little later start than usual, of course. Here we are. What do you guys think so far to Glasgow? It's available on Orbex. It's quite fantastic. Holiday Inn, a load of other stuff as well. Big car parks, a few of the other hotels off in the distance too. Lots of detail here with this. Very similar to the detail involved with their incredible Edinburgh scenery as well. There's a little glimpse of our aircraft over there. Fresh out of the paint shop thanks to Tony Corbett in the live chat. Creating the Osprey regional liveries. Look at that, it's rather cool. And Holy Grail, hello, cold and dark. Yeah, you know what, I've reset the aircraft, so yeah, we are completely cold and dark. We'll set everything up. We've got about 45 minutes at least before we will be due to depart. We've got a slot, of course, into Rovaniemi of 17:42 Zulu, so we're going to try and achieve that as close as possible. No promises though, just to help controllers out and everything else manage the flows. Here we are. Lauren, hello, interesting. I think my microphone on my headset might be showing signs that it's on the way out. But I'll try and tweak it throughout today. Mind you, the fuzziness might be the rain. We've got weird rain that we can't see on the sim, but it is apparently raining. Craig, hello. Mikael, hello to you. Jonathan, hi guys, welcome. The route today is in the live chat, all ready to go. There's a whole load of folk in the lounge waiting to depart. Son's looking forward to this, as am I. It's about 2 hours 40 for flight time today, and we're going to make use of trying to arrive near towards our slot. It's a hugely detailed, like really nicely detailed airport here. A little BA maintenance facility over here as well. A couple of British Airways lorries, and then some biz jets off in the distance too. The Nats Tower in the centre of the aerodrome. We'll drift over that way and have a little look. Got the freeware Rovaniemi airport today that we're going to go and enjoy. But of course MK Studios have just released their new one, Rovaniemi for the sim. Ah, Lauren, fantastic. Here's the tower, where all the business happens. We've got a tower controller online as well, which is going to be quite cool. And we're going to head off at Scottish airspace into the tower itself. Have a little look here. It's great. Boeing 7 Series over in Russia, hello to you, welcome on board. Ah, look at that, they've actually got the airfield charts put on. Like it. on the CAA website. Very swish. Nice, Lauren. How long are you just doing some sweatbox training, Dallas, or are you going to be, or Detroit, sorry, or are you going to be doing some other stuff as well? Let's head into the terminal. There's a lot to see inside as well. A couple of our pilots waiting to go. Look at that. We go inside here. Look how good those boards are. That's incredible. Little baggage desks as well. Ah, Thomas, no worries. So Tony doesn't have a slot, but what he's doing instead is he's flying to Kittilä, which is a couple of miles north of Rovaniemi, for today's flight, so he can still sort of fly along. Look at these, we've got some spectators over by the windows, trying to catch a glimpse of our aircraft, which is just through the jetway there. Just about to see the tail. So good. Pyreegue Dev Co is one of my favourite developers for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They make some exquisite sceneries. And that looks so realistic. There's the big bird. Let's go outside and have a little look at that, shall we? So Tony's been repainting this over the last couple of weeks. It's the Osprey regional livery for the CRJ900. Those of you with the 700 be acquainted with the livery, no doubt. For the super stretched, or the slightly stretched version, the 900 is now ready to go as well, and it's available to download on the channel's Google Drive, so do enjoy it and download it for yourself if you've got the Aerosoft CRJ. Shall we jump in then, folks? Half hour or so to departure. We're cold and dark as promised. Oh shit, hello. No, I haven't updated actually. Battery master on. Let's get they're removed, but let's just turn the APU on actually. Hydraulics are on. I've already put those on, and the nav and logo lights. Seatbelt signs, no smoking, and emergency lights are on too, and I've turned all the relevant sort of overhead lights and things on as well. Let's fire up the APU. Kweku, you might experience a lot of holding basically. You still can. There'll be lots of people, I'm sure, that will be doing it without a slot, but you might be vectored into a hold. UNH 1004. Okay, there we go. Down here then, nav 1 and 2 IRSs align, stab trim. Let's turn those on, and Mac trim engage, your damper 1, your damper 2, because I'll forget them otherwise. Let's pop that onto standby, and we can tune to Glasgow Tower 1188. Ready? And of course we need to go through our setup today. We're going to go full, 90 people. Our flight plan is going to require, according to SimBrief, plus an extra 60 minutes of fuel for busy events and holding, 8,000, let's just type it all in manually, 8,371 kilos of fuel. Wow, we're already exceeded our maximum takeoff weight. Yikes. Right, okay, let's have a little look at some of the... What's our block fuel supposed to be? Minimum takeoff fuel 6296. Let's bring that down a tad. Let's whack a bit of aft cargo in as well, shall we? Basically, I want to depart with almost maximum takeoff weight because I want to see what the aircraft is like when it's really heavy. Wait for the red. There we go. Okay, so that is maximum takeoff weight. See here, takeoff weight, we're literally 1 kilo below. I like a challenge. Let's have a little look at this then. Nav is aligned. So from here, pulse in it. EG, PF. What's everybody's plans for Christmas, by the way? Any way out of Scotland's beautiful GD. Gate 25, I think. Go to the next page, IRS1. Set course. So we've told the aeroplane now where we are. We are now also going to set up the flight, EGPF, to FRO. Alternate airport is EFOU. Via Perth. Not going to have it there. Let's put it in here. Upper 600 airway. Got their new free route airspace stuff now as well. So after this little airway here, and at Asnod, we then just do directs. There's no airways anymore. New NATS changes, really cool. Barrett. Z107, he says, but we're Z107. FLS. This, by the way, is a predetermined event route that I've been issued. 286. Osman. Next page, Director Solka, SOLKA. Direct OSS. Direct Begdo. Direct Besla. Direct Mismo. And then direct Nemgu, which is going to then be our transition into the airport itself. So we'll just hit execute there to get that kicked in. There we go. Earth in it. Cruise altitude, flight level 350. And then with the weight data that we've just put in.
Glasgow Tower for 7 Tango Charlie, CRJ9 on stand 17.
Earth in it.
Request clearance to Echo Fox Kilo Echo, please.
Wet.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie's Glasgow Tower, hello, you cleared to your destination Echo Foxtrot Kilo Echo. On the Perth
So,
4
that's
Alpha
gone in
departure,
here.
the score 7245 QNH 1004.
-3 for
Tango Charlie cleared to Torneo via the Perth 4 Alpha departure, score 7245.
That'll do for that.
QNH 1004. Osprey 7 Tango Charlie.
7 Tango Charlie is correct.
VNAV setup. We need to pin a couple of these airport charts. Perth 4 Alpha departure. Transition altitude of 6,000. Outbound. What else do we need to do? Perth page, flex 46, we can type it in here. That's done, that's done, that's done. They're done. Flight plan page, Osprey 165, BVX 165, the flight number, and departure routes. We want runway 23, Berth 4 Alpha, execute. Legs. Couple of discontinuities there. There's D035T INTC, so let's clear that INTC. Good. We'll go to the radio page. On the second page here, the secret extra radio stack frequency bit. If it wants to go in, it doesn't. No problem. Well, that's all good. That's what we want. MFD menu. Turn that on. Get rid of that. Barrow 1004. Like so. V speeds. Radio. 1104 hasn't been tuned. So I'll manually tune that one. Perth. Because nav 1 is fixed to the Glasgow VOR 1154. So that one is, we'll track that on VOR2, so it's a little blue needle for us on the nav here. It'll tell us eventually where that is. What else? Let's just check the overhead here. That's all over, that's on. They're all on. That's on. Be good.
Osprey 5665 Glasgow Tower, hello. I'm still waiting for a clearance for you from the event controllers. I submitted that just over 10-15 minutes ago, and I'm still waiting for the flow coordinator to come back to me.
6,000.
Unfortunately, it looks like all the UK automatic slots are taken up, so there'll be a bit of a wait, I'm afraid.
No problem.
Hyvää päivää, hyvät matkustajat, ja tervetuloa Finnairin OneWorldin. Pyydämme teitä sijoittamaan käsimatkatavaranne matkatavarahyllyyn. Voitte sijoittaa ne myös edessä olevan
Myrtle Beach.
Kiitos.
Yeah, that's going to be quite... I think I've been to Myrtle Beach actually. I'm trying to think what that is off the top of my head. Oh, new brakes, that's not good. Definitely working for me today. Leighton, eventually. It is on my list still. Nice. Your birthday's Boxing Day, Lauren, is that right? Where's that performance tab actually? I wanted to see that. Takeoff trim of 7.1. Set that. Bit hasty there on the trigger, there we go. Let's get our clearance. What have we got information wise? ATIS information Charlie, runway use 23, transition flight level 75, surface wind 010 at 3 knots. Variable between 350 and 060, visibility 7 kilometers, light rain, overcast 900 feet. Cumulonimbus detected, temperature plus 7 degrees, dew point plus 6, QNH 1004. Recent rain drizzle. Lovely. Glasgow Tower, good afternoon. Osprey 165, stand 25 CRJ900 with information Charlie on board. Request RFR clearance to Rovaniemi. Christopher, hi.
Osprey 165 Glasgow Tower, hello. Cleared to Rovaniemi on the Perth 4 Alpha departure. The squawk 0763.
Cleared Rovaniemi, Perth 4 Alpha departure, squawk 0763. Osprey 165.
Osprey 165, correct.
Let's set that. 07. Of course, usually my streams, I've already done all of this. released up to the clearance prior to starting the stream. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that little bit of setup there. We've set the V-speeds, we've got VOR2 tuned to Perth, we've got the Barrow tuned, nav source is set to white. Let's bring that up. 1004 on the standby, 6000 set for Perth, ISIL open, engine shut down, APU RCV open. I think we are almost there. What's our runway heading actually? Where is that? 226. Let's set that ready. Six, 226. Where's my fuel tab? There we go. Let's have a little look here. 7255. Lauren, I can imagine. Yes. A lot of presents though, all at once, which is quite cool. Okay, that's looking okay. We've used 15 kilos at the moment, but that's because the APU's running, which is fine. Bring back the status page. 7.1 set. They're all neutral as well. This is the heaviest departure I've done with the CRJ. Most certainly with the CRJ900 as well. Let's turn this on. Yeah. His face. I always forget that's a little feature. Okay. I think we are there. And a little bit just before departure as well, so we're ahead of time still. We'll still arrive just before our slot. Here we are anyway, parking stands, about 25. I want to pin that one though, not that one. Live weather changing. That's the layout. We're going to push back onto Mike, head out of the international pier, and it's probably going to be Mike Golf Alpha, past the GA apron and the Juliet apron, all the way down to Alpha 1 to hold. Although with this weather it might be low vis, we might hold at Alpha 2, depends what the controller would like. And then Perth 4 Alpha, departure, we're going to head to the left arrow, down this way, towards Zetten. And then we're going to turn right back on ourselves to fly almost like a bit of a half downwind leg, up to 6,000 feet here, maximum, on a radial of 298 from the Glasgow VOR. And then at 7 miles from the Glasgow VOR, radial of 341, we're going to head out ever so slightly to Elba. And then we're going to then head outbound 058 degrees, 20 miles from Glasgow, on a radial from Perth of 238, and then in 079. Inbound on a radial of 235 to Perth eventually. And there's a whole load of stuff there. Max 6,000 at the moment. We might get cleared further. After departure from Perth, which is that one, we're then going to head up Asnard, over the sort of east coast, northeast coast of Scotland, and over the North Sea then towards Berep, direct Berep. You can see now a lot of these airways have disappeared with its new NATS updates. And then across Scandinavia, over Bergen. And you can see there our route's got a little bit of a kink in it at Solka. We've got a little step across to Ottersund as we head over Sweden, before making our way across into Rovaniemi, which is all the way up here, like so. We'll go through the arrival and everything like that once we get a bit closer, but we're expecting the Nemgu to Charlie arrival into runway 21 in Rovaniemi. And there's their extended route, if you like, there as well. On Volanta then, it's already getting busy. This is premium Volanta. You can see all this weather around us at the moment in Scotland. Quite nasty actually, above. We don't have a weather radar in the Aerosoft CRJ yet due to SDK issues. But you can see the flight plan map over there, directly over Bergen, over over Norway, just south of Trondheim, which is just here, across Ottosund, Sweden, stepping up north of Luleå, and across to Rovaniemi. And already we've got some airspace covered quite nicely, actually, across parts of Scandinavia, bits of Russia.
Osprey 5665, are you ready to depart in the next 5 minutes?
Very cool.
We are reading off.
Osprey 5665 cleared to
Rovaniemi.
Rovaniemi.
Hello. Boy Fuzzy, hi. GD, I wonder if NORAD published the flight path for Santa, if we could try and follow him using FastJet. And see if Microsoft will make a Santa for the occasion. That'd be great. If they could render that into the sim, that would be rather remarkable, wouldn't it? Let's close the doors.
Now booking slot is 30.
Looking forward to this. I love this this event. It's so good.
AFM 5665, that's correct. And at stand 19, push and start's approved.
There we go.
Please push and stand 19. Osprey 565.
Love this livery. Thanks to TC, putting all the work in and creating it. And there is our first screenshot of today. I think we are ready to push back, to be honest.
Tower, hello, EZ484 Papa is fully established, runway 23 at Glasgow.
Let's prime the pushback tug.
EZ484 Papa, Glasgow Tower, hello, the wind's 01.
That'll give us 15 minutes.
Runway 23, clear to land.
Stand by. Clear to land, runway 23, EZ484 Papa.
Boost pumps left, right on. And Glasgow Tower, Osprey 165, fully ready, request push start.
Osprey 165, stand 25, push and start approved.
Push start approved, Osprey 165. Beacon. Right, let's go see Santa. Get rid of the music a second. We've got the Finnair safety demonstration and everything else as well.
17, fully ready.
Bypass pin is installed.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, stand 17, push and start approved.
Don't forget to give today's live stream a like.
Approved, Osprey.
Parking brake set.
Got a lift.
And Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, just caution company traffic's pushing off stand 19 ahead of you.
There we go, ever so slight lift actually there. Really good. Full bar pushback. Ooh. You know what I've forgotten? Jocks. There we go.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, continuous ignition. On.
Okay, cleared for push start.
Boost pumps are on. All the hydraulics and everything are on as required. Just release parking brake.
brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
And right engine. That's the state safe freezing there. Right engine start. Packs have gone off. Oh, okay, we've got pushback there. Good stuff. Let's arm that. And we'll start the turn with the tug. Nice and easy. Kick off left.
EZ484 Papa, welcome to Glasgow, taxi stand
There's
4.
the feds. There's the EasyJet that's just landed.
Taxi stand 4 is EZ484 Papa.
And we'll go forwards ever so slightly as we fire up engine 1. That will probably do us there, otherwise the controller will get a bit twitchy. So let the tug straighten up and we'll stop pushback.
Completed. Please set your parking brake.
Alright, set.
Brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good
Before
flight.
departure, we would like to focus on safety. Please follow this video closely.
Holding
as
position,
we will
waiting
be
for the visual.
demonstrating the
Thank you
safety
and
features
goodbye.
of our
What have we got up here?
smartphones and other handheld electronic
Get that on.
devices may be used from gate to landing in flight mode.
Engine
and
1 and 2 look good.
All other electronic
And
devices,
stable.
including
Let's turn the APU off.
must be switched off and stowed.
Osprey 165 request taxi.
Make sure that your armrest is in
Osprey 165 taxi, initially to hold the beam stand 20. There's company traffic. I'm trying to get out ahead of you from 19.
and stow your tape. Your safety belt is fastened
Roger,
by inserting the
initially
belt
taxi on
into
hold
the
short
belt
2
bracket.
stand 20 Osprey 165.
To open your belt, lift the metal buckle. Your
I'll break
safety
off.
belt must be fastened during takeoff,
We got flaps
landing,
8.
and at all times during the flight when the safety belt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your safety belt fastened throughout the flight, as unexpected turbulence may occur at any
This is Osprey 5265. Can I get the
safety. We kindly ask you to avoid spending
squawk code again?
miles and
Osprey 5665, the squawk to
Body
0206.
Swissport. That's arm nose wheel steering.
Osprey 5265.
We're just going to have to go through him.
all our flights.
Aviation simulation, hello and crew. Diego
Osprey
in
5665, is that you ready to taxi?
Argentina. Very welcome, warm welcome to you. Very good morning to you.
Osprey 5665, thanks. Taxi to hold Alpha 1 for runway
Mr. I think it's
23
just a
by
really
Golf
low
Alpha.
cloud at the moment.
You must always
We'll look this way, pretend like we're not going through a bus that's in our way.
Alpha 1, Alpha runway 2, 3, via Golf.
Taxi lights are on.
Osprey 5265.
Oh, it's making off.
cool down sharply and put the mask on.
Doing a Yui.
The bag may not inflate even though oxygen is full.
Oh, Jesus.
Always put your own mask
There's the
on
immersion
first,
killer right there.
then you may not like it. If you are seated in business class,
Oh, wow.
your life jacket is
Aviation
located in a
simulation, yeah, we are operating on behalf of Finnair today.
Your life jacket
Of
is
course.
attached under your seat.
They're busy this time of year.
Put the jacket over your head, fasten the buckle in front, and tighten the strap. Inflate the life jacket only when you leave the aircraft.
Love this Pyreegue Dev Co
8 emergency
Glasgow
exits,
scenery. It's
which are
wonderful.
marked with green and white exit signs. All exits are equipped with slide ramps. Escape lights at floor level lead to these exits. Your cabin crew will now point out the exits nearest to you. Please pay close attention to the location of your nearest exit, bearing in mind that it may be
Okay, there goes Kweku, I believe.
the emergency position when instructed to do so. It is important to bend forward and down.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, ready for taxi.
In case of
Bitsy,
a
you're right.
Hex,
It's like they
Osprey 7 Tango
intentionally
Charlie, taxi
target
straight ahead,
target
hold
you.
short of Golf for now, and after the company CRJ900 passes left to right in front of you, follow that traffic to Alpha 1.
Please review the important information on the safety card before takeoff.
Taxi Alpha 1, hold short of Golf and follow the company traffic. Osprey 7 Tango Charlie.
Pyreegue are bringing out some
Osprey
beautiful
165
sceneries.
can continue taxi all the way to Alpha 1 now for runway 23.
Oh, we'll go continue taxi, Alpha 1, runway 23, Osprey 165, thanks. FT Sim Plus CRJ sound pack installed today, if you've not picked up already on the different sounds. Ian, hello! What an entrance! Fantastic. Here we go. Love this. I love the CRJ. It's so good. There's a strangely transparent Ryanair. There's Tony. There's a screenshot right there. Looking good. We are at maximum takeoff weight today for the first time. Have I gone the right way? Yes. That's a Quebec cul-de-sac. I'll put the nose light on the taxi because I remember Matthew, one of our channel members who's a real CRJ pilot, said he always especially in dual conditions, taxis with the nose landing light on to illuminate everything in front.
Osprey 5665, the wind's variable at 3 knots, runway 23, you clear takeoff.
Roger, clear takeoff runway 23, Alpha effect 265.
On to Alpha, past the tower. Wave at the controller. James, thank you very much for doing the ATC today, rather nice surprise. And then past the fire station. We'll have to reduce the engine power so we don't wake up the water ferries. We'll leave continuous ignition on for departure as well. What else have we got? QNH is all set. Look at that, they're giving us the blue lights as well. Fantastic. Fourth, so try and reduce the amount of like your sensitivities and things. Try and reduce those. What's next? Fantastic. You on about Rovaniemi or Glasgow? Bobby Fuzzy, I think so. Yes, I think they are from the sound pack. There goes Kweku, Osprey 5563, I think it is. Look at this, I reckon we're going to be taking off pretty much bang on quarter to, which is exactly what we wanted. We'll arrive slightly before our scheduled slot time. Make sure I've got the probes on. Might put some wing icing on as well through this. And that has increased the engine output. Rovaniemi, yes. So there's a couple of freeware options on flightsim.to. There's one by Kimi Huru, which we used last year. We've got a new one that's been created. I think the link is in the description. So do check it out, it is really nice. Any speed constraints for this departure? No, interestingly enough. Looks very tight. The range, 10 miles. God, that is tight. Good grief. Let's drop this to idle. Bitsy, yeah, so we did an RNAV approach live the other day. It's a bit of a live tutorial. Probably where we flew into now. But effectively the CRJ has got some particular elements with it. So it's LNAV only RNAV approaches. So you still have to control the vertical speed. So we went through that as well. Look at those threshold wing bar lights. That's fantastic. The whole point.
Osprey 165, the wind's variable 3 knots, fire Alpha 1, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear takeoff, fire Alpha 1, runway 23, Osprey 165. Lights, lights, everything else is set. APU doors closed and approach path is clear. Looking down the runway.
Osprey 5665, there's no further ATC, continue with Unicorn 122.8, bye bye.
Round we go. The weather's not going to be much better in Rovaniemi. And let's hit Toga, arm the thrust reversers, left and right. Toga. Cross set.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, bar Alpha 1, line up runway 23.
Passing 80 knots. Hurtling down the runway. Halfway down now, roughly. Coming up to V1. Why is there a vehicle on the right? V1. Oh, why do I feel like it's going to be one of those streams today? And positive rate, gear up. Jeez. Ruddy ambulance. Oh well. You gotta laugh. Let's fire up the aircraft then. Climb. I'm in heading mode, by the way, because I want to control. It says, as Valanta does another state-saving moment. I want to come right slightly to control this.
Osprey 125, there's no further ATC. Continue Unicorn 122, decimate, bye.
Unicorn 122.8 for Osprey 165. Thank you very much for the ATC. Have a good night. Well, Jonas, hello. We are. Let's go to nav mode now. We're using live weather, just standard. We haven't got any add-ons for making the clouds look nicer or anything like that. Aiden, I'm not sure why he was there. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Folks, look at that. The fault weather. Jesus. That is remarkable. We're still departing on flaps 8 at the moment. As we turn right. Oh, now there's a screenshot. By far my favourite aircraft in the sim. What next? Yeah, funnily enough. Yes, I've heard this is your favourite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Why do you like it more than the Flabber White A320? Is it because there's more to do, or is it modelled better? I've got it but don't use it due to no auto thrust. So, the auto thrust can be a bit of a problem. Let's sort those out and let's continue our climb up. We'll target, I don't know. We'll just target flight level 210 for now, see what happens. It's the fact that there is no auto throttle. You know what, I forgot to do manual crossflow override. That's one of the things that I really enjoy with this. And already it's busted. Start, oh well. We'll fly a straight line here. There's a nav, let's see what it does. QNH1013, QNH1013. We'll do 220. I love the fact that it's really hands-on. You've got to pay attention to what the aeroplane wants to do, what the aeroplane is going to be doing in about 5-10 minutes ahead of where you're at, basically. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the hands-on nature. I love the fact that you've got to control the throttle at all times. Except for now, of course, we're in the climb gate and we're climbing. Set FADEX to manage climb at 220. Once we've done this really sharp right turn at Elburn, sort of double turn here, I'll then allow it to increase speed. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. I mean, look how good it looks as well. Clouds are looking stellar today as well. There's TC in the background. See his nav lights. It's doing that turn at the moment. One of the things with this as well is it's very different in the sense that when you're flying the approach, as Forth's saying there, you've got to have you've got to manage the aircraft carefully. So when you disengage the autopilot, it's not like the Airbus where it will give you, it will basically look after you. The Airbus will look after you because it's fly-by-wire, so it pretty much trims itself and manages itself. So you don't have to keep pulling back on the stick to maintain a certain attitude, whereas with this you do, and that's where trimming becomes really important. So when we set the stab trim for departure to balance the takeoff properly, carefully, when I'm flying a final approach, I'm constantly retrimming the aeroplane as well throughout that final approach, down to touchdown almost. So yeah, certainly worth looking into all of that sort of stuff as well. Turn that off. Packs are all on. Turned all the relevant lights off now because we're over 10,000, and now we're exiting that, so let's increase our speed. 290 knots. Thrust reversers are disarmed now as well. Ubrix fixed my weather issue by clearing my community folder, starting a flight with live weather, then restarting normally with add-ons. That's fantastic. Mikhail, yes, it can fly holds. It doesn't fly them all perfectly though, it has to be said, but you can. There we go, we just triggered a potential hold there. You can trigger it to fly holds, yes. We might even need to do that later on today. Might take a while to climb, quite heavy. We're the heaviest we've ever flown in this. But we're away, and on our way to Rovaniemi. Sebastian, welcome on board. We're through the clouds, which is always good, because it means we're through that weather as well, that we saw on Balanta earlier on. If you're landing on the channel for the first time, then make sure you hit subscribe, and don't forget to give the live stream a little like today too. Hopefully you guys enjoy all of the ATC that we'll be flying into in a little while. Holds in the A320neo, Mikhail, that's going to be fantastic with flubber wire. These tiny little pockets of cirrus, that's wonderful. Sebastian in the Netherlands, hello to you, welcome. Bitsy, I'm not sure. I think they've put it down to Sobo to fix.
My name is Jarmo Mempperi, and I'm the purser on this flight. We will start serving your beverage. You may buy sparkling wine.
Nubrix, was that you touching down earlier? You saw on the stream. Matthew, hello.
We have a possibility to do duty-free shopping during this flight. Our sales articles and snacks are...
If you want to get your hands on the Osprey regional livery, just head to our Discord server and you'll find the links to the Google Drive there. And feel free, you can then go into the, there's a Callsigns channel tab. You'll be able to request a livery basically, channel livery, channel call sign. So when you fly on the network, on VATSIM, you can connect and use Osprey, whatever it might be. Thomas, 737 would be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the PMTG1 whenever that comes. But of course, as we know by now, we're going to have to be a little bit more patient with that one, sadly. Back into the flight deck. Let's check our progress. We should be beyond... Well, yeah, actually, we're almost outside the SID now. Edinburgh is pretty much down here underneath the cloud, just behind the wingtip somewhere. Thomas, personally in love with the 737. Its complexity is in between the CRJ and the A320. It's always good to see. Altitude capture, that's interesting. Missed that. Let's continue climbing, shall we? Let's go back to speed mode. We want, was it 35,000 for cruise? Gonna be a quick burst up for a second. Yeah, 35,000 feet. Bring that up a little bit. Sean Duff, the wings bounce a little bit. We might see it on, well, we would see it on touchdown if we were looking at the window view. Becca, if you're given a slot, what is it for? So basically, I've got a specific slot so that I can fly into the event and be guaranteed ATC coverage, basically, and they'll try. New Brick's going to do Glasgow, Jersey, Gatwick later. Nice little 3-leg hop. Fantastic. Does the CRJ have wing? I've already answered that one. Does it have wing flex? Yes. So if we get through some turbulence later, what I might do, you guys will have to remind me because I've got a memory like a sieve sometimes. Look at that. That's wonderful. You will see it bounce ever so slightly around the wingtips. Weird, got disconnected from the VATSIM network then very briefly. It looks like we're going to be heading into some potential turbulence through all of this weather. Look at that. Capaldi! Hello, hope you're okay. Having a good weekend so far. Keep smashing that like button, guys. Keith's done some river visual touch and goes this morning. Awesome. That's some good going. We're picking up Enos Centre already, 118875, and they're probably who we're going to be speaking to after we've crossed the North Sea. But then we might have Polaris though online around Bergen. We got who have we got in front of us? Tomjet 2512 going off from Edinburgh to Tromsø. Tomjet 2512, that's the same guy. We've got Kweku in front of us, it's off to Rovaniemi as well. And then TC behind. Looks like we're catching Kweku up actually quite quickly. Here we go. Good to hear, Paul. Look at this. I do love this sim sometimes. The visuals are stunning. Yeah, we don't have Polaris online yet, Lauren. Hopefully they come online shortly before we commit over the water. See if we can see that aileron reflection. Look at that, tiny, tiny little movement. Let's just do a quick sit rep in the flight deck. 290, that's holding well. That's going to be flashing away because we've left it on standard. Oh, this weather. Who asked about wing flex? Let's have a look now because it's getting a bit bumpy. It's quite a solid wing to be fair, so it shouldn't. Let's have a little look. You know, Enos is online. Getting thrown around here. What do you guys think of the livery on the CRJ900? It looks fantastic, doesn't it? There's a gold livery as well for gold frequent flyers, channel members on the sort of membership tiers. That gold, you can download your own one as well, which is everything. There's the light blue stripes around the tail and the engine cowlings. It's like a vivid gold instead, which is quite cool. Yeah, Lauren, I'd imagine it would be subdivided at some point. Look at the cloud layers. This is just default Microsoft Flight Simulator live weather. What's on to the side? Look at that. Do a quick check of the stream overlay that you guys can see, make sure that's all looking correct. Certainly looks to be okay. Interesting it doesn't pick up the aircraft type for the CRJ900s. Diego, sadly not, no. But keep an eye out on the channel because over the coming week ahead there's a new add-on that I'm going to show you guys which effectively puts it all into a UI drop-down thing, which is quite cool. Ian, they're on high, I think. Just high. They're the best I've seen for a while though, it has to be said. Usually I get sort of a bit of graininess, but this is amazing. Let's see what happens if we zoom in slightly on some of these. Oh, look at that. That's so good. That's a screenshot right there. So, if you're watching for the first time and you're learning that the CRJ900, 1000 especially, but the CRJ in general from Microsoft Flight Simulator, from Aerosoft in fact, is my favourite aircraft in the sim at the moment. What's yours? Let us know. Share your thoughts in the live chat today. I'm sure it'll end up in a bit of a debate. Christopher, for some reason MSFS always renders these really high clouds, and all the times I've flown, I can't remember when I saw floppy clouds at flight level 310. Yeah, there is that. Look at that. Let's do a little sit rep. We are 1,300 below our cruise. The clouds did look really good on launch, didn't they, Lauren? We've got TCAS on. Traffic. Okay, so we're doing a TCAS test. It is on. We're going to get altitude capture in a second. Diego loves the Q400 in P3D. Waiting for it to hit MSFS, but there's no news on that. Whose created was that? Majestic? Majestic that created that? Or was it someone else? Users asking if I'll fly the 787 again in the near future. Most definitely, yes. In fact, there's a route Manchester to Gran Canaria, I think it was, that I've been meaning to do for a little while. So yeah, most definitely the 787 with the heavy division mod is wonderful, and I do enjoy using that. I mean, look how heavy we are. We took off at maximum takeoff weight, and we've climbed with no issue up to flight level 350. We're over EGPD at the moment, Aberdeen. We're going to get the C chord now. Fourths. Usually inside my Discord server we chat about where we're going to fly, and then a couple of people, one guy, Kevin, aka Doctor, sort of goes in and sees, basically goes and finds real world routes and the real world call signs and everything as well for us. But in fact, you've reminded me, because Volanta now has a new feature. I wonder if I can have a little look at that. But I wonder how it works. There's a new feature coming soon to Volanta, isn't there, where you can view all of the real world routes inside Volanta itself, and it will give you the call signs and everything else, which is going to be quite good to see. Now interestingly, we didn't get the C chord, unless I've missed it. It's shown that we've captured the altitude. We're going to go to manual throttle mode. We're now in cruise. There we go. We didn't get the C chord, interestingly. Users looking forward to Quality Wings 787, but yeah, like you've said there, we haven't heard anything from them for a long time, which is rather worrying. Does the Heavy Division 787 still work well with Sim Update 5, Pokwe? Yes, it does. It was updated actually quite well by Comey, the guy that's behind Heavy Division. Does it all for free in his spare time. There we go, we've set the M1 to about 85-86% M1 there, and I'm going to try and target Mach decimal 78. And as long as that arrow for the airspeed, I know I talk about this every time I fly it, but in case you're watching for the first time, a little tip. As long as that arrow, for me, stays within the magenta target box, then that's it. I've set my throttle and I shouldn't need to faff around with it again. But we'll monitor it as we go. Make sure we've synced that heading bug as well. Lazaros, hello. SimToolkit Pro did have that feature, yes. You're right. It's nice to see Volantis caught up with that. It would be interesting to see how it looks when it does roll out, of course. And I think we've overtaken Kweku. Who's only at 22,000 feet. Which means he is all the way down here somewhere. Fly towards the sunset. There he is. Oh yes, look at that. There's Kweku. Oh, look at that. That is a great screenshot as well. Take that. All the screenshots for today, by the way, will go onto Volanta. It will go into my Discord server as well at the end of today's stream, inside the Flight Sim screenshots area, and I'll throw them into Twitter, Facebook, and all that sort of stuff as well. TC's behind somewhere as well, but he's slightly out of range. Can't quite see him. And there is a Tomjet alongside on the left somewhere further north, so let's have a little scan around, see if we can spot his contrails or anything else. We can't. Interesting. Digiflytech, hello, welcome. Are you flying today yourself into the event? We did this last year into Rovaniemi, and it was wonderful. It was fantastic. I think we were in the A320 back then. We are flying right away into the sun here. I get some great screenshots. Diego, yes. Camera 3, isn't it, I think? There you go. Well, you can put it on night mode as well. They put a few things inside the cabin as well, inside the interiors as a bit of a teaser. Now that speed's crept up slightly towards the top end. I'm going to leave it for now, but I've noticed the M1's actually gone up 0.5%, so let's just bring that back. This is where throttle calibration in this is key, so I can do little, almost 0.5-ish% increments, so I can tweak the throttle as I need. But that, I mean, that's done pretty much 1%. I can see that speed changing, but that's fine, we'll just let it settle. Have you been getting lots of crash to desktops as well? Because I've seen a few people get quite frustrated with it. Ian, yeah, it was great. Quite a few of us flew in last year, didn't it? confidence on VATSIM slipping. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. We might do something tomorrow, but it depends on timings and things. Hoping I can fit a stream in tomorrow. Let's bring that up a little bit. Usuman, hello! Off to see Santa indeed. It is Polaris. In fact, Enos Centre 118875. 18875. Let's tune in, have a little listen, see if we can pick them up yet. We are halfway across almost to the North Sea. But it looks like there's the, according to Volanto at least, Enos Polaris is covering, if you sort of draw a line through the centre of Norway, it's covering that across east towards Oslo basically. Weirdly enough, the event route that we've been given looks like it's not going to cover anything. Which is really weird. It's an official route. I'll show you guys so you can see. There it is. There's all our screenshots so far as well. There's our official route and our position at the moment. But it looks like we're going to miss them most of the way. So hopefully somebody comes online here and fills the gap. Which would be quite nice. If it happens. And it's going to be pitch black up here when we get to Rovaniemi, so there's not going to be much to be seen, but forecast over there at the moment is snow and all sorts of stuff, freezing, drizzle and snow. So it's going to be an interesting approach. Certainly have our hands full for it anyway as well, that's for sure. Let's have a little look here. That speed's holding there quite nicely, to be fair. Back decimal 80 according to that. Just bring it back a little bit on the power. Let's see what happens there. Get rid of nose wheel and wing icing. 85.5% N1. That should do us. We'll have a bit of sunset soon as well. Digital flight deck, the new F-Row by Orbeck. So it's by MK Studios, but UC, one of our channel members, flew into that. Oh, Matthew, thanks. Just saw that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so UC, one of our channel members, has got the new MK Studios Rovaniemi, but has just been experiencing quite a few crash to desktops with it, so he's sort of investigating what could be the potential cause there. We're using the freeware one by Tattoo on flightsim.to, which looks really nice as well. It's just as good, so we're looking forward to landing into that and checking that out at night time. In fact, the terminal building looks exactly the same. Busuman, the event it's starting, I think the very first slot is at 1700 Zulu, but I'd like to think some of the controllers and things will come online. Ah, we've got ENSV Centre. 126.50.
Good afternoon.
To the 79 with the wrong taxa, should be before that is frequency 1.
Now we're with the correct Polaris, 120650.
2151 Polaris, Roger, squawk 6061.
606, 1070, correction to 151.
Ah, Mikael, thanks.
Romeo, also squawk please 6040.
We'll give them a call. We'll enter their airspace at Berep, I think. have a little look at the charts here, what have we got? Yeah, it is. Berep actually is the crossover for Polaris, so we'll call him now.
Center by the route 589.
Weather 589, Polaris Control, good evening, identified.
I think that's M1 down to about 85, we'll just see what happens here.
I have already in my FMC
It's reluctant to drop.
Caesar 1 Lima arrival via Dodgy 03. Is that correct?
Bound Berep.
Yeah, Weather 589, you can, you're cleared PWeb 1 Lima arrival.
Clear for the
Look at these colours.
1 Lima arrival, okay?
Wizard 2151, descent or identified, descent to flight level 100.
Beku, next ATC is 120650, Polaris Control. Polaris Control, good evening, Osprey 165, flight level 350, inbound Berep.
70430.
Ah.
First Canadian 53 Echo, Polaris, good evening, Squawk 4073. 4034, Canada 53 Echo. Station checking in, say again.
Polaris Control, good evening, Osprey 165, flight level 350, inbound Berep.
Osprey 165, Polaris, good day, Roger, identified.
Lovely, we're with him now.
Square 57 Echo, identified, climb to
Godvold.
flight level 3.
You're going to have to tell me if I've pronounced that right. Godvold. Who's that for? Right, Humour, hello. You're going to smash us with some whimsical comments, hopefully. Oh, look at that.
I mean 310, and then 53 Echo. Skydiver 53 Echo, continue with Polaris Control, 118, decimal 875, goodbye. 118, decimal 875 for Skydiver 53 Echo, thank you, bye. Weather 589er, descent to flight level 100.
Descent 100 by the route 589.
Hayden, no D, so was it Godbell? Hello, who's that? Just about in the distance. See someone coming into view.
Identified, you are cleared Badab 2 November arrival for runway 17.
Is that we're catching? Slightly offset to the left of them, to the north. Godfell, Godafton. Right, we're going to have to monitor him as we chase it. We'll check.
Leader 589er, contact
There's Queku's contrails on the left behind us as well. Is that the Tomjet? It is Tomjet 2512 to Tromsø. Awesome.
Wizard 2151, descent to 6,000 feet, QNH 1009.
Danish, Swedish and Norwegian are similar. Which HOTAS stick is it you use again? I need to upgrade. Ian, good question. I've just got a really cheap Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS X full flight kit. And it is fairly cheap. It was £120 I think in total, which included the rudder pedals, but it works really well for me across multiple aircraft. We're going to overtake him.
Georgia 2512, Polaris.
See his
Roger. Report your Mach number.
rear wing lights.
Mach number is 0.768 for Tomjet 2512.
Got a tailwind pushing us along as well. 88 knots.
2512, Roger.
Wow. Okay, we'll call that 60 knots tailwind.
Osprey 165, preceding traffic, Mach decimal 77, so either 77 or slower, or a different flight level, which do you prefer?
Mach decimal 77 is fine, unless you prefer me to climb.
Whatever's best for you, 13 miles ahead, so if you can do 7.7 or less, that works for me. Or if you want to climb or descend, that's also perfectly fine.
Okay, we'll do Mach decimal 77, but if we could request to climb to flight level 370 as well, just for the option, Osprey 165.
Osprey 165, Roger, climb to flight level 370, and then you have free speed.
Yeah, Roger, climb 370, free speed, Osprey 165.
Jet 2512, moderate.
Take a climb.
Cockpit for 5 minutes.
No problem.
Climb, I mean, there we go.
Well, for good evening, Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, flight level 370, Barrett.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, flight control good day, identified. Report your Mach number.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie is Mach decimal 8.
Roger.
Interesting. Let's just get a climb here.
Polaris control hello, flight 010, vigilant requesting IFR from Bergen to Krakow at inside.
And there we go, now we're climbing. So we're going to overtake it.
Flying fish 010, Polaris control, good day. Clear to Krakow, Pyreegue 2 Charlie departure from runway 17.
We'll do Mach decimal 79.
To 6,000 feet.
Hopefully we catch him just before the sun drops.
Polaris control, flying 010, have cleared to destination Krakow via Pyreegue to Charlie, the platform.
Overtake number 1.
Initially 6,000 feet and squawk 4637.
Record 5 aircraft heading to F-row from Manchester. 4 o'clock position. Guess they're out of view at the moment, but look at those clouds. Holy cow. 85 watching, 44 likes. Hayden, good spot. Thank you, guys. Do hit the like button. Thanks for reminding me, Hayden. If you are enjoying today's stream, hopefully we can smash through 100 before we get halfway. Keep them likes coming.
Hello, Monarch 911.
Monarch.
Zulu Oscar Lima.
Y'all, welcome. Good evening. Godval.
9112.
I hope I got that right.
Good day. You can set your transponder, squawk 3412.
I do love our livery, our channel livery, it's fantastic. It suits the CRJ wonderfully as well. We are definitely catching him nicely. He's Mach decimal 77, so yeah. About 300 nautical miles below me, and in the sun I've got the dark, nice stuff. Hugh's asking if live weather's bug is still present. Doesn't look to be. We're on live weather at the moment, just default MSFS live weather. It seems to be working quite nicely for us.
Monarch 9112.
We'll monitor his overtake.
Clear direct take cargo. Direct to Chicago, about 9112.
Yep, hello. It's weird because it kind of looks like we've climbed to a similar level. Go to back onto cruise now.
And tank is 010 ready for push and start.
Bring it back to about, it was about 85% and 1, wasn't it?
Flying fish 010, push and start approved.
We'll let the M1 settle there, we'll just see what happens with the speed. We're a bit above, so if it drops down, perfect. Although they've just dropped up slightly. Let's come down to about 85. 84, 85%. See what happens with the speed there. There's a bit of purple below, so it shows that we are slowly decelerating ever so slightly, so that's fine. We'll leave it there, set to 84, set 84.9. It's increasing again. Really weird. Bring it back a little bit more. I see, good afternoon. Progress check on him, he's good. Coming towards. We've turned ever so slightly as well, so let's go to heading mode. It does look a bit like Afterburner Quecky, doesn't it? It's a bit strange. What I want to know is if it appears on TCAS in a short while. So he's at 35,000 feet. We've just climbed to 37,000 in order to pass above. Because either that will take the option of reducing our speed. Let's bring some of these display brightnesses down here because we're going into darkness. We don't need everything on full bright, super bright screens. It also means we can then see a bit better outside. What I'd like to do is catch up to him so we can actually see what he's shown us. Look at that, we're getting some good nav lights now starting to pop in.
3151, Roger, the wind 140 degrees, 9 knots, runway 17, clear.
Should be able to see any nav lights though from here. Because if we saw nav lights, red and green, that would indicate that we've got a head on, so we'd have to be turning right with each other.
Requesting to maintain mass decimal 69 for a few more miles.
Tom Jet 43 kilo first, Polaris identified, no speed control.
No speed, Tom Jet 43 kilo.
Oh, watch my speed. Dropped ever so slightly.
Osprey 5665, pass a message.
Let's get that power back in, get our speed back up. Don't want to drop too close.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, did you check in? No, you called before.
Hey, someone checked in.
Osprey 565, we got flight level 230.
Osprey 5665, Polaris, good evening, identified. Would you like to climb higher?
Fine Doc, hello. Do you have any add-on scenery for F-Road? Yes, we've got the one by Tattoo, it's freeware. It's really good.
Roger, what's your requested flight level?
Flight level 280.
Say again?
Flight level 280.
Osprey 5665, Roger, climb to flight level 280.
Confirm flight level 280, Osprey 565.
Right, so now the sun's gone down quite a bit. We've lost the visuals of the contrails, which is quite good because it shows then that we're not getting... let's turn this brightness down.
Fish 010, taxi to holding point runway 17 via Mike, Whiskey, Bravo and Yankee.
Taxi to holding point runway 17 via Mike, Whiskey, Bravo and Yankee, flying 010.
The sun's not illuminating it anymore, so we're not seeing those contrails pop, but
landing we would like 26.
that's fantastic. I do love the sim when it's sort of this sort of time of the day, the sunsetty look. Our contrails look a bit funky though.
Tom Jet 2.
Heck, you know, you could just you could request another one. You could go in fact as high as you want, really. So you could, if you wanted to cruise at flight level 370 or 330, you could request that as well. So if you want to do 330, then just request say what's your call sign, 5563 or something like that. Just say your call sign and then request climb to flight level 330, and then he'll authorise it most likely. Next 12645, fantastic. Oh, now look at that.
Osprey 565, suggesting climb to flight level 330.
Osprey 5665, climb to flight level 330.
There you go. Recoup, easy.
330, Osprey 565.
There's Norway. Is it Norway down there? There's Bergen, in fact, on the nose.
There's a lot of noise in your transmission, so it's quite hard to hear what you're saying. But Osprey 5665, climb to flight level 330.
Oh, there goes the Tomjet.
Climb to flight level 330.
Oh, that's disappointing.
That's a bit better, thank you.
So he's turned off north to head to Tromsø. And we're away.
Good afternoon, Claris Control, German Cargo 488 Heavy with you, flight level 320.
German Cargo 488, Polaris, good afternoon, identified.
Off he goes. See, that's realistic, because we can now see the green nav light beyond around 110 degrees. 126, let's get that ready. 126, thanks Mikkel. 450. There's some beautiful screenshots today so far. What is 6450? Ready. Check our speed. Probably bring that down a little bit. Set around 86-ish %.
2151, taxi Echo, stand 26. Echo 26 is dark, we set 2151.
Off he goes. And as long as my speed's in that range, inside that bucket if you like, then I'm happy. And it is, at the moment, quite nice and stable around that. So we'll do Mach decimal 8. We've set the target of Mach decimal 79. But if you fiddle with it all the time, you find that you end up chasing it, which is quite frustrating after a while. Because once you start chasing the speed with the throttle, you end up permanently chasing it. So there's the coast. You can see blips of it all the way down through the clouds. Off to the east. That fantastic sunset again.
Fish 010,
I see.
clear takeoff.
Totally agree. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Great salmon fishing down there. I can quite imagine actually, that'd be quite cool. Arrow, good evening to you. Very more welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us today. Big Flying Sea Santa event. Yeah, Callum has gone off north in that Tomjet. Got a couple of aircraft down below actually, departing Bergen to go towards Tromsø or somewhere else, ENTO, wherever that is.
Let's go from 26 Tango Echo Flight 357 down to LOT. Tomjet 6 Tango Echo, Polaris.
Monarch 9 up 112 might arrive at Rovaniemi around the same time as us, but what are they in? They're in an A300, which is a bit slower, isn't it? Ground speed of 446. Yeah, and ours is 485, smashing it.
hello, Chinese 84 Papa, flight level 3 Passenger.
Alex 884 Papa, Polaris Control, good day, roger, identified.
That's stunning. All of these are going on Palanta, so if you can spot us on the map, then you can see probably a trail of, if you click onto my flight number, you'll see a trail of screenshots along the way. We're at the front of the event as well. The event's going to be running for the next couple of hours, basically. Bodo 12645. Coming up in about maybe 10-15 minutes, maybe a bit longer. Look at that below. Down there actually is Bergen, so hopefully I can maybe capture that from the outside. We can spot, there it is, in fact, blue lights down below, that's Bergen exactly. Wonderful freeware scenery, some of the best actually that you can get for MSFS. And down here as well, it's there's a freeware Scandinavian EEM photogrammetry pack that we've downloaded for today. Although I think might just focus on Finland more so than anything else. And the sun trailing down below us. Love Bergen indeed, Ian. It's fantastic. Let's rings level and see the heading bug. What we got here for some views. Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be quite cool. I'd love to go to Bergen myself, actually. Looking at my OFP flight level cruise is 240, but it says 350 after TFC, so another request. So Queco, no, I wouldn't worry about the 350 bit. Basically, SimBrief, when you generate the route, it looks at, what's the best way to explain it? It looks at the airways, and if some of the airways originally are lower altitude airways, what it does is locks your cruise altitude at a level that's lower than you'd like, so I wouldn't worry about it. You've been cleared to flight level 330 now, so you can just fly at that. That's okay. Captain HMW's played football in Rovaniemi, invited from Sweden, and played a game inside a tent in February, minus 17 degrees Celsius. Braver than me, no way. Wesley, good evening to you, how are you doing? Surprised we haven't got a Osprey 909 taking part today. That's fantastic down below. Let's see if I can get that in a screenshot somehow. In fact, part of the challenge, isn't it, on the MSFS forums, getting your aircraft from high up, get some dope screenshots. El Papino, cheese and wine. Good afternoon. How are you doing? And your favourite aircraft, El Pepino. Wonderful. Likewise. I mean, and look at the scenery. Down round us is stunning. We'll have to do a speed check in a minute. Out wrong with Birmingham. I mean, that's wonderful. Look at that all down below. A lot for it to render in, but that's stunning. Check out the other sides. What have we got here? Some views. Look at that. These are all my custom views, by the way. That is so nice. Clear skies down below. Speed's looking good. We're passing Luna. We've got a 35 knot crosswind to contend with now. And the EFB's turned itself back on again. Why not? Magnifique.
Tomjet 43 kilo, Brother.
Got it, Tomjet 43 kilo.
Can we accept flight level 370?
Yes, we can accept 370, and we can speed up if necessary. We're just trying to slow down for our slot.
Wesley.
Tomjet 43 kilo.
Yeah, Tomjet 43 kilo, climb to flight
Just
level
bought myself a
370.
new pair of sunglasses for kayaking. 79 quid for a pair that's too small.
And then free speed, many thanks, Tomjet 43 kilo.
How can it be too small? Arrow, no worries, have a good day. How could that be too, how could you be so, like, your head hasn't changed size? Or am I wrong? We should be getting handed over shortly. As we pass the next waypoint, which is Kikod, that is going to be a handover to Bodo, I think it is. Jeez, there's so many now. ENBDC. It's also Polaris, the Bodo area. Then we're off to ESOS 3, which is sailing control. Hayden, I'm from New Zealand originally. I don't understand the round ball. Round ball. I mean these. That speed looks like it's dropping ever so slowly. And we've got a tiny little bit of difference in throttle look between both the engines. And YTT and N2 are the same. Vibrations are the same, fuel flow is the same, temperatures, TCPs are the same as well actually. And now it's equalised, guys. Look at that icy land below.
Polaris Control, hello, Rhino 51 Golf, flight level 330 inbound Seoul.
Oh, the round ball
Rhino
football.
51 Golf, Polaris,
God, I'm so slow. Ah. Love a bit of rugby. Love American football as well. Almost halfway.
Delta Foxtrot, India, India, Romeo, clear direct.
So we are likely to be ahead of our slot by a little bit.
5,000 feet, QNH 100 miner.
By about 20 to 30 minutes in fact.
5,000
Wesley, would you ever consider laser eye surgery?
Hello, Tomjet 2782 with you at flight level 350.
Mrs. Abgeek had some laser eye surgery recently, and it's made her eyesight incredibly good. Oh, look at the mountains down below.
And Delta India Romeo can plan for ILS Whiskey approach via Gilva.
Landing ILS Whiskey behind you. There's a Foxtrot engine here, Romeo.
It's going to get darker and darker, of course, so we get to a Rovaniemi, all we're going to get is pretty much scenery like we've got down below here, and then just the airport lighting effectively. But it's going to be snowing, so
Racer 460 from Delta, Polaris, Skoda, clear to Gdansk, Tuxil 3 Charlie, squawk 7160. Clear to Gdansk, Tuxil 3 Charlie, 7160, Racer 460 from Delta. That's correct.
Wesley, I think you should go for it. It's given my other half 2012 vision, which is better than 2020. Yeah, it was an uncomfortable couple of days. The actual procedure itself apparently was quite uncomfortable to go through. However, yeah, you know what? She's adamant that it was definitely worth doing. I think if my eyesight was a little bit poorer, I'd probably consider laser eye surgery myself as well, to be honest. If you think it'll help you, then it's only a good thing, isn't it? If it meets your requirements, it certainly suits something that's suitable for you. There goes the speed again, because the weather keeps changing ever so slightly. There's me saying about don't chase the speeds, but
Osprey 165, contact Polaris 126.45, goodbye.
We'll take Polaris 126.450 for Osprey 165. Thanks for the ATC, good night.
Tomjet 251.
Polaris, good evening, Osprey 165, flight level 370, inbound Keycod.
Osprey 165, Polaris, hello, that's it.
Happy days, so we're with the new controller.
Tomjet 2512 inbound on...
We've got a full-on crosswind now. Tony, of course.
Flight level.
In fact, I think I can. It's on VPilot, isn't it? I can find it for you. Where is it? There you go. The link is in the live chat for the Twitch stream for Jerko, who is controlling Bodo, or Polaris Control Sector 24, where we're flying through at the moment. So jump in, go and say hello. 69 likes. Lovely. Keep it coming. Let's see if we can get to 100 at least. Craig, I downloaded Pyreegue's EGPH yesterday. It's pretty impressive. It certainly is, yes. Is it possible to remove static aircraft, though? Yes, so if you've downloaded it via Rawbex, hopefully you've purchased it via Rawbex, there's a configure button, and effectively, peek out, oof, RIP them. Are they going to be flying in roughly around the same time as us? Because I would like to see that collision, the runway overrun, the 747. It's Craig, yeah, so go to Rawbex, and you click onto the Glasgow, onto the Edinburgh scenery that you've got installed, click configure, and then it will say, do you want to add statics or remove statics? And then it will recompile everything for you and get rid of them. Really good. Done the same with Glasgow, in fact, but you'll notice that we still had statics there, which is a bit strange. Need to put probably another tiny bit of throttle in. There we go, tiny nudge. If I could just do 0.5, I'm going to hold the speed in the bucket. Might need to do a little bit more. If that drops down to 786, then we know we're decelerating. But I think we're obviously going through a little bit of turbulent air. Very turbulent air. I'll leave it as it is. You know, it's pointless chasing the speed or trying to set an N13 turbulence. Instead, we can enjoy the fantastic wing views with the reflection from the moon.
Well, it's good evening, EC276 at Bodo.
Greg, no worries, I hope that helped.
EC276, planets, go ahead.
Sorry, EC276 with permission echo, requested clearance to Rovaniemi as well.
On the channel as well, inside the community tab, you'll see a post, a recent post, I think yesterday or the day before, where we are looking to plan a group flight on the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve, we're looking to go fly together on the JoinFS network, so go on to the community tab, have your say what you'd like to see, whether you'd like to see a flight in the DC-6 or the Piper PA-28, Arrow 3, and then we can go ahead and form a bit of a plan for a route as well. And if you've got any route suggestions for that route flight, then do throw it in our Discord server.
A copy of permission echo, EC276.
Polaris Control, Caledonia 87 Tango is back in the cockpit.
Caledonian. Have a look at the progress so far on Valanta then. You can see there's my stream of screenshots. And VATSIM is alive, look at that. Huge, Europe's busy, Turkey's busy. There's a Dubai to Amsterdam event going on by the looks of it as well. Huge line of aircraft. Jesus Christ, there's a massive line of aircraft. There's loads going into the RMM from Frankfurt as well. But anyway, there's us right at the top here, and there's a big old line of aircraft flying towards Rovaniemi as well, including ourselves. Quite a few making progress across now, actually.
Osprey 565 with you at flight level 330.
But we look to be pretty much flying in without any issues. A couple of aircraft around us.
Good evening, Osprey 7 Charlie, flight 370 for Osman.
Doesn't look like we're going to be risking any holes either, which is fantastic. He says, famous last words. It looks like we're ahead of the pack, basically.
We are ready to push and stuff.
Rovaniemi's staffed as well, look. Tower approach online.
Sorry, left distance again.
EC276, we are ready to push and stuff.
EC276, push leopard, QNH 1012.
How are we doing on speed? Do a quick check of that. dropped again ever so slightly. It's quite difficult with the weather changing. It's now switching into a headwind almost. We'll give it 88% M1. We'll just see what happens there. Got to keep watching it. Take your eye off the ball of the CRJ for a bit too long. It does mad things to you. It'll certainly catch you out. By Amsterdam, 12 to 1600 Z departures, nice. Captain has to multitask a little bit. I'm currently on the IVAO network Wesker Vigo on my way to Gran Canaria to Stockholm, nice. Never used IVAO myself. Now 58 arrivals due into Rovaniemi, fantastic. Doctor on board, good evening to you, arrived home from work. Nice, very late finish for you, must be on a late shift.
Apple speaker down Cockpit. The Bird 9 Golf, Roger.
I reckon that should be okay. It's going to chase a bit. But again, it's bumpy air, so it's pointless just chasing speeds through that too much. We can just enjoy the views. Slightly more Christmassy sounding stream music today. Hopefully you're enjoying it. What's the weather doing in Rovaniemi at the moment? FRO, we've picked up FRO approach already actually. (130) at 4 knots, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, means that we've got a crosswinds. LQED, hello! Really good, thanks. Quick question, does experimental for NVIDIA cause MSFS? Not sure, to be honest. I've got the last driver, so I haven't got the current driver, which I know has been causing a lot of crash to desktops.
Polaris Control, hello, this is Pluscan 891 on track level 3.
Rewards walks for 5 kilometres, nice. Walk near the river. Night market, did you buy anything?
Pluscan 891 Pro Fleur.
Runway 21 I think is what we're going to be expecting today.
OCC 276, ready to taxi. DC 276, taxi with current 0.07. 2.07, DC 276.
Let's have a look at some of these approaches. Is it Sim Toolkit Pro, Diego? No, it's Volanta. Fourth is asking, can I find people flying CRJs on Volanta? You know what, I'm not sure. Yes, I think you might be able to. You just go into the search bar at the top and type CRJ, I think. But I've never tried it. No, perhaps not. Let's have a look at Navograph for a little while. So we're going to be coming in via Nemgu, which is here.
33276, line up runway 07.
Oh, there it is. Anyway, Nemgu, at or above flight level 100, 30 miles from the Rovaniemi VOR, which is the centre of Rovaniemi.
Good evening, TVM 901, Juliet, hotel at flight level 280, proceeding.
They're going to fly in Midgo, Eknom, Vekit, and then from Vekit, that's the initial approach fix. We can probably expect the ILS Zulu into Rovaniemi. There's Vekit up here, top of the chart. It's basically like a little squared off approach, with the final approach starting at Nipak, where we would establish on the ILS. From 2,400 feet for a final approach.
Speedbird 9 Michael Park, stay direct out Pyreegue.
At 1 ILS, MDA of 810 feet.
Speedbird 9 Michael Park, direct Pyreegue.
But if the weather is as bad as it suggests, with the latest METAR, overcast 1,300, view clouds at 600 feet, minus 5 degrees. The dew point is also minus 5, so we could get fog and all sorts of other stuff. Visibility of the 9s, interestingly though, doesn't really match the rest of the METAR. But Cat 2 C category aircraft, minimums 713.
Osprey 5665, are you able to flight level 350?
32 for Osprey 565.
Osprey 5665, are you able to flight level 350?
Yes, we are able to flight level 350.
Osprey 5665, let's climb flight level 350.
And then we'll taxi off. What have we got here? Runway 21. It's a straight 90-degree turn, there's no high-speed exits, so we'd probably aim to try and get off around Hotel. Because if we turn right, that's the military apron, we don't want that, we're going to be coming into this little area here. So we'll probably turn off at Hotel or Bravo. Who knows? Then a really short taxi in to the stands. What's on board so far? Yes. Yeah, everything's gone as planned so far, touch wood. Let's do another speed check. It's gone back to the top end of the range. Just need, there we go. Just need a tiny adjustment on the speed.
Wind 0908, 1707 cleared for takeoff.
Let's take off,
Tron time is just below. There it is, ENVA. The nose actually slightly down below, so that blip over there is probably Tron time. Not that we can see very much out here. DC, how far are you doing? How are you doing? What's on board? They're so far north that this time of year, as we go further up, the sun doesn't really ever rise in Rovaniemi. It's certainly already dark. It's yeah, 5 PM is about right, because it's dark here now and me, where I am, in the UK. It goes dark a lot further north. I think we could probably safely have a Nemgu to Charlie arrival. Winds are 130 at 4, so it is straight across. It is, in fact, a complete crosswind. Way 03, what options do they have, just in case that gets used? Approaches, so that's just RMP or VOR, so it will be runway 21 most likely then. Looks like that's the primary runway at the airport. Taxi charts, information there.
Preference 165, contact Sweden control, frequency 132.15, bye-bye. Sorry, Osprey 165, contact Sweden 132.15, bye-bye.
Contact Sweden 132.15 for Osprey 165, thanks for the ATC. 215.
EC 276, park passing altitude.
I'll see 4000.
EC 276, event side, resume on navigation at VATSIM, climb flight level 290.
Right, back up there.
13215. Sweden control. Sweden control, good evening. Osprey 165, flight level 370, inbound Solka. Preferential runway system. Civil aviation must use runway 21 as the primary landing runway at night.
Osprey 165 sees an identified fly direct miss.
Was that fly direct to Mismo for Osprey 165?
Paper.
Yeah, we'll go Osprey 165. Direct. Mismo. Then it's Nemgu.
Alright.
So, let's get the star and things put in advance, shall we? FRO arrival. MGU 2 Charlie. ILS 21 Zulu. Via IPAC. Well, actually, interestingly, Beckett is there, and it is transitioned via Beckett. Let's have a little look here anyway. Let's execute that and see. Nemgu.
Neptune 1, correction 7, 19ers, X-ray, contact Sweden control 131.050.
Decap.
131.050.
And then inbound.
Happy
days. Execute. There we go. BKL, yeah, I would love to see the Northern Lights rendered into Microsoft Flight Simulator. It'd be amazing to be looking outside here now and seeing all of that. But it is remarkable as it is at the moment, to be fair. Bring that up. Now we're in Sweden control. So we've been pretty much been given a straight line shortcut all the way to Mismo, which is a really good shortcut actually. And then we're going to be into Finn Director. Finn Decenter, sorry.
MSFS contact Sweden control 131.050.
Helsinki control and then FRO approach.
Confirm 131.050.
Love this event. Every year it's so good to take part in this.
Control, Tango Charlie, throttle 37.
Aiden indeed, yeah. So during the summer, Doctor on board, yeah, it's...
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, Sweden control identified fly direct, sorry, disregard, just maintain 370 for now.
Yeah, you get the land of the midnight sun, isn't it? So you get sun pretty much all the time. Through the summer. That's the arrival stuff programmed in anyway. We'll leave radio on auto. When we get a bit closer towards the ILS, it should auto-tune itself, which would be good. But what will be the marker for us that we'll need to monitor is whether or not it also tunes the Rovaniemi VOR 177. DA of 713, so we can get ahead of that. That takes a while. Let's put that in. 713 we can't do. We'll do 720. An MDA on the PFD. 7:30. There we go. So just round up if you can't get quite there. Bit of that as well. Ovation, ovation. Love it. He knows how to plan a route. Anders, hello, welcome. Always having issues catching the ILS glide slope in the CRJ. Do you have any advice? In fact, yes, bear with me. I will find my episode 3 tutorial for the CRJ, if that will be helpful to you. There's 3 episodes that I've done for the CRJ. And the third one is descent.
Hello, Air France 31 Lima Victor, Sweden control
Touchdown and everything else. Flodrix, welcome on board.
Sweden, god kväll, Scandinavian 357 Bravo. We are at gate.
There you go, Anders. Check that out.
4 Sundsvall Timrå, and we are ready for
Or
clearance
keep watching,
to Rovaniemi.
and you'll see me do it live.
Scandinavian 357 Bravo, Sweden. Start up approved, cleared Rovaniemi.
That looks good. Why no?
Let me get back to your route.
Let's transition level by ATC. QNH in Rovaniemi. What is it? 1019. So I'm going to throw the gauntlet down and say it's 6,000.
Scandinavian 357 Bravo, ready to copy.
Might be wrong.
Yeah, we are ready to copy. Scandinavian 357 Bravo.
Once we get the ATIS, we'll be able to see.
Bravo, start up approved, cleared.
I know how we can get ATIS, I'll show you guys. You can stay ahead of the game. So, on Valanta, scroll into FRO, Victor View, then scroll up here and you can see
after departure of
online ATC, click FRO ATIS, there you go. Information Golf ILS Zulu approach expected runway 21 inches, clearance contact, blah blah blah, transition level, flight level 60, yes. It's, runway 21 surface friction, medium, and medium. Contamination of more than 50%, cleared width 50 metres. Runway covered with drifting, snow on taxiways and apron, braking action poor. Wind touchdown zone 090 degrees 4 knots.
Good evening, Skyway 7041.
Visibility 10 kilometres, Oakland overcast 500 feet. There you go, so a lot of snow and tricky conditions in fact. We can leave that up. Live traffic, this is all the flights going in at the moment into Rovaniemi.
Good evening,
oh wow.
Jeez.
A lot of Christmas call signs. We're all the way up here somewhere.
Object 40 kilo approved.
There we are. Exciting. Oh, where do we go?
Skyway 704 with the same request.
We're there now.
7041 approved.
121 arrivals into Rovaniemi so far for the event. Holy cow. It's incredible. Love VATSIM when it's like this. So we know that we've got runway 21 nailed. We know that we're going to be potentially skidding on the runway if we get it wrong. Nobody wants to see a CRJ go sideways. Hayden, I can quite imagine depression's quite a thing, because you need the sun, don't you? Do you have to take vitamin D tablets as like supplements? Are there any Rovaniemians in the chat? Question. Present yourself if you are from Rovaniemi. It was 6-0, so happy days, that's good. Dropped on board, yeah, that's a good point as well.
Osprey 710 Charlie Flight best flight Bravo Echo Sierra Lima Alpha.
Right, Vessler, where's the Megatron?
Get David 03.
Can I set 24 takeoff?
Get David 034, is it possible to fly direct off top?
Negative, call it back short.
Okay.
Greetings, Mr. Osprey 565 with you at flight level 350. Autopilot
And his autopilot's just disconnected.
665 speed identified.
Who was that? Was that Kweku? Right, it's MD8 in, that's good. We're going to make a note of some of the frequencies we might want. So 117, the course for the runway is important. 111.7 RO for the ILS Zulu. Runway 21. Yeah. Which has actually got a runway course of 205 degrees. And we've got the Rovaniemi
From the 4 kilos back.
VOR of 1177. Missed approach for this ILS approaching to Rovaniemi is to climb straight ahead to Ropov to 2,500 feet. Nice and easy, and then there's a hold at Ropov. Kweku autopilot just betrayed my trust. What happened? We heard it.
240 kilo report Mach number.
Mach decimal 700, 3 kilo.
Airport elevation 643.
Decimal 80.
So we need to do that too.
8,004.
It's a 0 at the moment.
40 kilo, maintain Mach decimal 80.
Mach 80, 40 kilo.
Elevation exit is 4 Papa, flight 350.
560. 80, 600, 2040. There we go.
Flight 350, reduce speed, Mach decimal 77. Maintain flight 350, reduce speed, Mach 77, Papa. 884 Papa, 8 for Mach decimal 77.
Speed's holding nice at 86-ish percent, 87% M1. There's not very much to see.
Sweden Control, good afternoon. Baggage out to Bravo, flight level 370.
Miguel, we're going to miss it. It's Tranquil, hello to you. Currently got a high wind warning, 30 knots. Gusting 45 in Michigan. Wow. For a storm passing through. Hayden, I think you're right actually.
Channel 8 for Papa, Sweden. Request to leave, copy 5 minutes. Approved.
In fact, easy way to tell. I'm going to have a look at the charts. Look at the threshold elevations.
I'm just 6 Tango Echo Low, Sweden Control identified, report Mach number.
Mach decimal 81 and get 6 minutes.
I'm just 6 Tango Echo, reduce speed Mach decimal 79er.
Yeah, you're correct in fact. So the airport, the threshold elevation at touchdown for runway 21 is 610 feet. But on the opposite end of the runway...
165, contact Sweden Control, 131, that's 050.
Contact Sweden Control 131.050 Osprey 165, thanks for the ATC.
Scandinavian 357 Bravo, we are ready for question start.
131.050.
Ready for taxi.
Question start approved and report ready for taxi. Scandinavian 357 Bravo, thank you.
Speed Control, good evening, Osprey 165, flight level 370, direct to Bismo.
Osprey 165, get 8 Sweden identified.
Lovely. Yeah, so as I was saying, the threshold elevation at runway 21 is 610 feet, but the threshold elevation at 03 on the other end is 634 feet. So yeah, it's an uphill landing, which is ideal because that's going to help us slow down. Kweku, check it. Is it anything to do with your speed or anything like that that could be impacting it? Have you gone into like auto throttle lock or anything? Are you almost stalling or? Can't see Baku on the Volanta map. Oh wait, found you. There you go. At Solka now. So TC is over that away somewhere. Can't quite see him though, unless he's only going max chats to try and catch up. All welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Enjoying the Christmassy stream. 19 likes to go to hit 100, guys. Keep smashing the like button. Bring that range in a little bit. Speed's good. Still 86.9% N1. And fuel. We're halfway through our burn at the moment. We're over halfway. We're almost 3/4 of the way there, in fact. So looking really good. Time to go. 41 minutes. Good grief. We're well early. We had that really strong tailwind coming over Scotland, didn't we? And now we've got another tailwind, in fact. So we've been getting pushed along around about half of the journey so far. Days. Is everybody going to be flying over Christmas? Who wants to join? Who's planning to join us for the group flight on the 24th? We've got to do something wintry, that's for sure. Or you've got to download the Join FS Network program, and we'll be in the digital theme park server. It's free to use. See a jumping thing. Aiden, awesome. When's the next Microsoft update, in fact? Ashley, good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the music. Starting your own sim flight now. Rovaniemi's too cold off the Fuerteventura. Nice. Off for a bit of winter sun. Generic pilot. So Santa CRJ's not on Xbox. Is it not? I don't keep up to date with the Xbox stuff, sadly. Philip's going to be landing 10 minutes before us. We'll wait for you at Rovaniemi. Fantastic, Philip. What's your flight number? Are you Monarch 9112 by any chance, actually? Username of Tesco on Volanta. Every little helps.
City Control, hello, Monarch 9112, flight level 350, direct to Bismarck.
Good evening, Monarch 9112, City Control, radar contact.
Miko, flying from Frankfurt to Rovaniemi in a 747-400. They're over faster at the moment.
Control, direction Osprey 7 Tango, Charlie flight level 370 to Besta.
Starting to get busy now, actually.
Hello, radar contact. Do you confirm destination is Kemi?
Excellent, destination is Kemi, Osprey 7 Tango Charlie.
7 Tango Charlie, Rush.
Scandinavian 505. Let's try and find you. Where are you? Oh, actually, I've got you. There you are. There's Philip's position, folks, on Volanta. He's all the way up here. Almost out of Swedish airspace already.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, clear direct Bexel, Bravo,
26,000
Echo, X-ray, Uniform, Lima.
Bexel, Osprey 7 Charlie.
Scandinavian 505, when ready, descend flight level
210. There's Philip. So we know when Philip gets handed over to another controller,
Negative, Scandinavian 505, when ready, descend flight level
it means that we're likely to be doing the same as well. So we will basically copy whatever frequencies he's handed off to.
Easy 276, clear direct Mismo, when ready, descend flight level 210.
What have we got? So we've got elevation set, we've got MDA set, we've got the arrival Nembu to Charlie.
Okay, easy 276, just for my planning. How long do you have until top of descent?
I was expecting Nemgu at flight level 100, so yeah, I can descend to 10 just at Bedgo.
We're expecting runway 2.
276, roger.
Now the course will be important because it's dependent on whether or not the scenery developer has added that in to the data within the scenery. So if they've not, we will have to manually add the course ourselves, which is where it becomes quite during a critical phase effectively, when you're going to almost be establishing on the ILS, is when you will then realise that's a problem. So I've got it written down on I've scribbled it down on my notepad along with the ILS frequency and the Rovaniemi VOR frequencies as well, and a quick identifier. The chart's ready to go too. Beku, just to confirm, are we supposed to disconnect ASAP after parking? During busy events like this, yes.
Canadian 505, contact Helsinki Control 124.2.
Because there's only a limited amount of stands. 1242 is who we're going to get
Helsinki Control
in about 10 minutes too. Or 2. But if it's not particularly busy, you can justify hanging on for a couple of minutes. 89 likes, thanks guys. Glad you're enjoying it. The old logo light on. Got that tail shining. Tony's off to, I think, Katila, so he won't be landing with us.
Easy 276, confirm flying direct Mismo now.
But he's the creator of this fantastic livery for the CRJ.
276.
And it is stunning, isn't it? If you're wondering what Osprey Regional is, folks, it's the channel call sign. So you can download all our liveries from the Google Drive for the A320s, the CRJs, 747s, all that sort of stuff, including a couple of general aviation liveries as well for the Just Flight PA28 Arrow 3, Cessna Grand Caravan, and a TBM as well livery. And you can basically use the Osprey call sign BVX on the VATSIM network and help represent the community, be part of that on the network. So within our Discord server, there's the liveries channel where you can download everything from the drive, and there's also a call sign, Osprey call signs channel inside our Discord server, which allows you to search through everybody else's call signs, find if you've got one in mind that you would like, you can search for it, and if no results come up, then you can request it basically. Speed's still good, fuel plenty, and the CAS is clear still, which is all good. The ILS change, we'll change that nav source. In about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, we should get a when ready descent instruction. many arrivals into Rovaniemi now? Let's have a look. It's got the flame next to it on Volanta. 133 arrivals due in. There's us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, there's UC, Finnair 5 Juliet Mike coming from Manchester. Where's he? Oh, he's over Stavanger at the moment. He's miles behind us.
France 31 Lima Victor, Sweden, hello. You have the wrong frequency. I suggest you return to your previous frequency and ask again.
Only a few weeks left until the Twin Otter comes out. Is that so? I should go back onto the beta testing actually. I've been doing that for a little while. I've been sort of flying it in the background.
Osprey 5265 with you at Mach 0.77, flight level 350.
134 arrivals into Rovaniemi.
5665 with a control identified.
Hello. Traffic towards. Right to left.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, expect Beck to last flight level 100, report ready for descent.
That is MPT 719 X-ray, F-Road to Manchester. But we can't see it. They're going the other way and it's pitch black. Really dark, but there we go. That's it. Ah, look at that. I hope that screenshot came out well. That was quite cool to see. Nice to see some traffic going the other way. And that's the thing, if you've not got an arrival slot, you can still depart during the event as well. So you can fly out of Rovaniemi, Tromsø, or what's the other one? Yeah. Kiruna? I think. Now we're picking up F-Road Tower. Got two frequencies, 1187. F-Road Delivery 118525. F-Road is 1137. There we go. So information golf still.
EC276, contact Helsinki control 124.2. Bye bye.
124.2.
He's ahead of us.
Take care. Bye bye.
Let's have a look.
Neptune 719 X-ray, contact Sweden 132.150.
20 around X-ring. I don't know if this will let us do it. It has. 120 miles. What have we got here? 5.6 RO. I'll do some basic fixed rings in for us. Gosh, aboard, yeah, very true. How do you enter the giveaway? Because I've still yet to work that out myself.
37 Tango Charlie, approved, report back.
They mention giveaway stuff, but I can't see anything about the giveaway itself on any of the websites. Hello! Loving the CRJ as well. Fantastic. Great to hear. Glad you do. So do I. Fantastic aeroplane. 5,000 for SAS 505. Nice. It's telling us on the Fly Live Studio we've got 25 minutes to go, which is insane.
Hello, exceeded for Papa.
We're going to be down in no time.
Number decimal 77.
Exceeded for Papa, Sweden, identified.
Almost triple digits now, folks, for the likes. Keep smashing the thumbs up button.
Osprey 5665, increase to mark decimal 8 or greater.
Increase to mark decimal 8 or greater. Osprey 5665.
He is following up the rear.
Control, good evening, Skyway 7041,
TBM, nice.
flight level 370.
Wonderful.
Skyway 7041, Sweden, good evening, identified.
Metronics 2160, request 20 minutes.
Can't tell me, it's pretty much the same, to be fair. I've not noticed any significant issues with...
2160, yeah, approved, but no more than 20 minutes.
Performance in the CRJ, has to be said, works really nicely for me. We are the next lift music tune. Christmassy type sort of lift music.
Sweden, hello, Tom Jet 43 Kilo, Mac Decimal 8 and crushing Mac Decimal 80 and flight level 371.
I love the
Tom Jet 43
CRJ.
Kilo, Sweden, hello, identified, reduced to mark decimal 78.
Reduced Mac Decimal 78.
You've got to treat it with care, you've got to think nice and far ahead of it for it to work nicely. I'm not sure who's got the Skyway's call sign. Top of descent coming up in 80 miles, according to the map. There's a little green blip there for top descent. There's Nemgu, in fact, and Mismo. So just before that, we should get instructions to begin descent. Very exciting. Love doing this every year. It's a great event. It was great as well, actually, to be to fly into Helsinki with across the pond event.
7041, direct Mismo, maintain mark decimal 8 or greater.
Direct Mismo and mark decimal 8 or greater, Skyway 7041.
GG, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing. Now for arrival, we've got the FT-Sim Plus CRJ sounds that we've added on top of the CRJ today. So we heard a load of them on the outbound, on departure, taxi, startup and all that sort of stuff, but it also now includes, apparently, some new touchdown sounds amongst other bits. So it's going to be really interesting to hear the reverse thrust, touchdown, the landing gear going down,
for Papa reduced to Mach 0.75.
and all that sort of stuff as well. Really looking forward to that.
Subject 43 kilo reduced to Mach 0.76.
He's getting busy. Monarch 90112 is ahead of us now, actually. He's, don't know how they've done it.
43 kilo reduced to Mach 0.75.
But they've done it, they're ahead of us. Looks like we're being nestled in behind Tesco, behind Monarch 9112.
Bingo, Sunjet 6 Tango Echo Flight 350, Mach 0.79.
Grafton Sunjet 6 Tango Echo Sweden radar contact.
So we're still expecting...
1121 ready, descent flight level 210.
Right, so for time this gap, and we should
expect... for my planning, Monarch 9112, how long do you have until top of descent?
Monarch 9112, approximately 15 miles.
Roger.
Okay, so he's up here, so he's about halfway between our top descent. He's about here, maybe. There's our fixed rings.
Osprey 565, British deploy from 5 minutes.
Osprey 5,
20 miles and then a 10 miles ring around the Rovaniemi VOR. Speed's crept up to the top end of the bucket, but I'm going to leave that as it is. Angle Mach 0.80, in fact, that'll do. Why not? Captain HMW, you're going to be passing your hometown of Lulea. So hopefully I pronounced that right. Very unlikely though. Fantastic. In fact, yes, it's going to be, looking at the map, down there somewhere. Could even be that little bit of sparkliness there. In fact, it absolutely could be. So let's pop outside. Drone cam it. What have we got? If that is it, there you go, HMW. It spotted us on Volanta.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, descent to flight level 100. Osprey 165, descent flight level 210.
Descent flight level 210, Osprey 165.
Monarch 90112, speed on conversion 300 knots to greater.
Conversion 300 knots to greater, Monarch 9112.
Do one. Let's pop it to 18. There we go. The start of our descent. There we are, flight level 210 by Mismo by the looks of it.
Osprey 5265, back on Cockpit. Osprey 5665.
Go to 2,000 foot per minute, why not? Just bringing that throttle back, of course, because we don't have an auto throttle. Mikael, fantastic watching the rest of the stream this evening in the kitchen on the tablet. What are you cooking? I've got to be making some homemade Greek after today's stream. Funnily enough, we had Swedish meatballs last night. Now we're flying into Scandinavia today. Kallax Airport, Espa in Luleå, has actually Sweden's longest runway, and it's the home base for the northern part of the Swedish Air Force. Fantastic. Love the live chat when it's full of facts. There's Espa. Speed's looking good, the power setting looks good for this rate of descent as well. Roast, fantastic. What meat? That over there should be Luleå. In fact, there's the runway for Luleå. Jesus, it does look big. You can see it from here.
Correction 90112, contact Helsinki control.
That's Luleå, Captain HMW for you. There you go.
Osprey 165, speed on conversion 270 knots, correction 280 knots, or less.
Speed on conversion 280 knots or less for Osprey 165. There's Luleå. Wonderful. Hope you're enjoying that. I catch a glimpse of it under that moonlit illuminated wing. Let's have a look, what else have we got here? Perhaps not. Sort of through the clouds now almost. Let's bring the range in, it's going to get busy now because we are 2801 less, wasn't it? Bring that speed down. Down we go. Got 0. Gosh, on board Kweku, indeed. Yeah, it's a little bit similar. It's not that similar though. 165 or 5665. That's okay. Loads clear enough. Some indications on Volanta with some significant weather around. It's obviously going into freezing temperatures too. So as we start the descent, we're going to pop the cowling icing, wing icing on. Direct pilots off Amsterdam to JFK 5 hours in. Fantastic. Flying on the VATSIM network. 99 likes.
Osprey 165, contact Helsinki control 124.2, bye-bye.
Helsinki control 124.2 for Osprey 165. Thanks for the ATC, good night.
Bye.
That's always fine. Helsinki control, good evening, Osprey 165, descending flight level 280 for flight level 210, speed 280, inbound Mismo.
Osprey 165, control radar contact, descend flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, Osprey 165. The speed of conversion stuff, Ian. Basically, when we convert down to from Mach back to an indicated airspeed, we need to be at a speed that's lower than whatever they request.
Aircraft 3.
Obviously, as we descend, the Mach number increases. So if we left this on Mach now, Mach 70, as we descend, will actually increase. So on conversion, our speed is 280 knots or less. Let's do probably about 68, 67% in one.
320, request to lead by Takeoff for 5.
Mind you, we're still increasing speed
That's
here.
the crew report back. Copy that, I'll report back north to Juliet.
Let's bring it back towards 60, let's just see what happens. See that causes a significant decrease. There's our RNAV start. So we're hit top of descent now. We're actually on profile quite nicely for us as we descend past Nemgu 10,000. We're listening at Monarch. Monarch ahead of us by about 5 minutes, or 2 or 3 minutes in fact. When they get handed off to the next controller, we can pre-tune that ready as well. I would imagine though it's going to go through to Efro approach. Rovaniemi radar, and then
Monarch 90112, lead Nemgu heading 040.
Lead Nemgu heading 040 for 912.
We can pre-tune 1299 ready.
Osprey 165, leave Nemgu heading 040.
Leave Nemgu heading 040, Osprey 165. Don't let me forget that, guys. I've got a habit of forgetting that.
Air France 31, Lima Victor, when ready, descent to
Okay,
level
so
100.
Efra approach, Rovaniemi radar 1299.
Descent to level 100 and 1 American.
And then we'll probably be handed on to Rovaniemi arrival 1186. Then Rovaniemi Tower 1187. And that's it. Let's check the ATIS again. Information hotel. So big old H on my notepad. Time 1620. ILS Zulu expected runway 21 in use. Transition level flight level 60. Runway 21. Surface friction medium, medium, medium. Contamination more than 50% cleared width. Bring our speed down. 50 meters runway covered, drifting snow on taxiways and apron. Braking action poor. Wind touchdown zone 100 degrees and 5 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Overcast 400 feet. Jeez, that's below minimums. Temperature -5, dew point -5, QNH 1019. I'm going to set that standby instrument now, so it's done. Gritabend, hello.
Good evening, Osprey 7 Tango.
You enjoying the Santory type, Christmassy type music? Dave, hello, welcome. So someone have had to land in the 744. Yes.
Control radar contact.
People will try anything in flight sim, won't they? We can probably.
Monarch 90112, contact Rovaniemi radar 129.9.
Lovely, so that was a good shout.
129.9, 109.16 away.
Why are we turning? What was rather a violent turn. Gritabend, how's the flight going? Smooth as always, indeed. Miguel's enjoying the music powering his roast through. Veal. Wow, a veal roast. Check you out, that's incredible. Love veal. Not had veal in a long time, in fact. So,
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, it's going to be ILS Zulu approach.
Speed 280 or less. I've set 280, so I know that at the top of that bucket, in fact, I could do something else. I could do this. I can set it like that, so that the top of the magenta bucket is 280, and I've got to keep my speed around that region. That actually works quite nicely. I'll do that.
Control, good evening, flight level 37, flight level 360, inbound to Nepik.
Ends on approach to NESB.
Yeah, only one at a time. So, one at a time.
104 likes, thanks guys, really appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the stream.
Thank you.
How we're doing on fuel, 3,000 kilos left, got plenty.
Osprey, good evening. Finland 397 Romeo, flight level 360, inbound Nepik.
Good, ILS Zulu approach runway 18, report local asset established.
Bring that power down a little bit. Getting towards the top end of the bucket at 280.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie, continue descent to 2,500 feet. QNH 1019, clear ILS Zulu approach runway 18, report local asset established.
Looking pretty stable. Descending now towards the clouds, look. And
Helsinki Control,
on behalf of Finnair, as we operate this route.
Romeo, with you, flight level 360, inbound Nepik.
Oh, we don't have any descent announcements. Ooh. What else could we use? Who else could we use? Well, Finnair. SAS doesn't really work. Thomas Cook?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no, that's rubbish. TUI?
Ladies and
no, that's all generic. We do good old British Airways.
Finnair 397 Romeo, control radar contact. When ready, descent flight level 100.
When ready, descent to level 100, Finnair 397 Romeo.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, now ready to descent.
And I believe Alpaca 72 Bravo is on frequency radar contact. When ready, descent flight level 100.
Return to your seats. Ensuring any
When ready, descent flight level 100, Alpaca 72. Thank you.
Oh, Laura, that's bad.
Your tray tables should be folded away, seat backs in the upright
Air France 31 Lima Victor, leave Nepik, heading 030.
Traffic over there, you can see the lights flashing.
Heading 030. Folded or overhead locker. We'd also ask you at this time to familiarise yourself with your nearest emergency exit.
Osprey 165, contact Rovaniemi radar 129.9.
Contact Rovaniemi radar 129.9 for Osprey 165. Thanks for the ATC. Good night.
Osprey 7 Tango Charlie radar.
Rovaniemi radar, good evening. Osprey 165. Information hotel on board and descending to flight level 100, passing Nemgu.
Good evening, Osprey 165, Rovaniemi radar contact. Continue descent to 5,000 feet, QNH 1019. Expect radar vectors, ILS Zulu approach runway 21.
Continue descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1019. Expect ILS Zulu approach runway 21 with vectors Osprey 165. Bring that vertical speed down. Passing 10,000. 1, 2, 3. Wing. Heating. Anti-ice. Belts. 1019.
9112, confirm free speed. Free speed, 9112.
1019. 1019. Sets. 250. Going to set that there, so I've got top end of the bucket and I can fly towards that. Put a bit of power in. Hence the descent again. 2,000 foot per minute.
Osprey 165, fly heading 040.
Fly heading 040, Osprey 165. Told you guys, I needed to be reminded. Oh dear. Sorry to that controller. There's somebody above. Just see their beacon just where the cursor is there. That looks cool. This is where the aeroplane could try and kill us. Because if you take our eye off the speed for just a bit too long, it gets you. Philip's just landing, stand 4, fantastic.
Monarch 9112, contact arrival 118.6.
118.6, 911,
186, let's prep that. We're now almost descending on idle, that's 186, that is set, good stuff. In fact, we are descending on idle now. 5000 QNH. Go down to 1,800 feet per minute. Should hold 1,000. That should hold our speed at 250 knots. Lights are all on. We lit up. We've got wing lighting illuminated as well now. It's absolutely pitch black now for us. We've got a crosswind on approach. We've got reports of snow on the airfield as well, and low braking friction. David Barley, good evening. Hope you're okay. Very warm welcome to you. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us in the descent phase. Altitude capture, so let's get the power back on. That's why you can't keep, can't take your eye off this aircraft. What were we using? We were using Finnair, weren't we? So we'll wait that after landing announcements. We'll get our speed up.
Radar illat käteen on 25, passing 2000 feet, climbing 4000.
So it can catch you out. End of the Christmas tour, Hayden, indeed.
Rovaniemi radar contact, climb to flight level 90.
Flight level 90 käteen on 2.
There we go. Back to about 250. 10 miles from the airfield now. Triple 17 is tuned. Back up 1133. We want
Osprey 165, contact arrival 118.6.
contact arrival 118.6, Osprey 165. Thanks and enjoy. Good night. And then this is Tower. Tuned in, ready. Rovaniemi arrival, good evening, Osprey 165, information hotel, and 5,000 feet.
Good evening, Osprey 165, Rovaniemi arrival, clear contact, descent to 2,500.
Descend 2,500 feet, Osprey 165, good evening.
Monarch 9112, turn right, heading 120.
That was a real bit of choppy wind just then. 117.7. We're on vectors now, so let's just tickle on to course. It says. Okay, so lock hasn't tuned. Treble 17. Go back to white. Bring our speed down now because we're almost into the final approach phase. Let's bring it towards. Lock 1's now appeared active. Look, FMS lock 1. We flick across. There we go. And 205 the course needs to be. So let's bring it across one. There we go. And Rovaniemi is through there, but it's obviously in thick cloud. We can't see a chuffing thing. There's the Monarch in front. They can't see Rovaniemi at all. See some trees. Ah. There she is. It'll burst through the cloud there.
Monarch 9112, turn right, heading 18 degrees, cleared out, approach, other Zulu approach, runway 21, import established.
Let's get rid of the music now. Focus on sterile. We get busy. That's just a beacon. There's the Monarch. Charts ready. Doctor on board, I'm not sure actually. Can't remember. Okay, got the charts ready. So basically giving almost, not direct VEC it, but just direct VEC it. Max 240 knots. That's fine because we're now doing 220. Performance. BRF 141. Speed checker at T. Laps 1. We'll hold 200 for now.
Monarch 112 established.
Monarch 112, thanks, contact tower 118.7, Merry Christmas.
118.7, Monarch 112, away.
Perhaps 8. I want to hold around 200 knots for now.
Osprey 165, reduce speed to 180 knots, turn right, heading 130.
Reduce speed 180 knots and right 130 degrees, Osprey 165. Just 180, that's what we've got there. Set that. We might need an additional stage of flaps, but we'll just have a little look at actually 5 degrees nose up is okay. Might put in an additional stage. We'll let the aircraft level off first. We're going to arm lock mode. 204 is set, 10 miles to go. Let's go flaps 20, let's go flaps 30. We seem to be quite nose up, interestingly enough. So we'll ride, there's the barber pole, we're going to ride that. And we want to set VOR2 there, like so.
Osprey 165, turn right heading 130 degree, correction, right heading 180 degrees, cleared out approach, runway 21, report established.
Turn right 180 degrees and cleared ILS Zulu approach, runway 21, report established, Osprey 165. Okie dokie. Where's my approach button? There it is. I always find it too late. It's really bumpy now. The speed tape is obviously throwing us about. Don't appreciate the speed elsewhere, but we've got to be careful with that. Make sure we don't go into the red. And approach. Let's activate that. Arms. 2,500. We're below the glide slope. Speed's looking good. Flaps 30. We're lock 1 armed. Glide slope armed. And we're 8 miles out. Jesus, really. Let's set that. Lock 1's arms, through the cloud, that's illuminated. Let's get gear down nice and early. Can't get in yet.
Good evening, aircraft 31 Lima Victor, Rovaniemi, arrival, radar contact, set 2,500.
Versus left, right arms.
Center 2,500 feet off Rovaniemi.
Osprey 165 is established.
Osprey 165, thank you, contact Rovaniemi Tower 118.7, have a nice time.
Tower 1187 for Osprey 165, Merry Christmas. Rovaniemi Tower, good evening, Osprey 165 is established, runway 21, 5 miles. Full flap, on the glide. Active.
Osprey 165, Rovaniemi Tower, good evening. Wind is 12, 0.5 knots, Rovaniemi clear to land.
321 clear to land, Osprey 165, good evening. Okay.
911, welcome to Rovaniemi, taxi.
Can't see a chopping thing. You're going in and out of the clouds. In fact, interestingly, it's now lost the glide slope quite seriously. But we're now through the clouds, and it's getting the glide slope back. Okay, so we've got full flap, gear down, 3 green, and we're briefed for the missed approach. A bit more power there because we're just dropping short free ref. Quite bumpy. Minimums at 730, so just 100 or so to go to minimums. Go. My controls. Got a crosswind. It doesn't like the ILS at all here. But that's fine. We've got it. Oh dear. Oh, I'm gonna say that's not a good time for that.
50, 40, 30, 20.
One bit of rudder.
10.
Quite a bit of rudder. Max auto brake. Down. God, fighting that. There's the line. This is freeware Rovaniemi Airport, by the way, folks. Ashley, I know, I was so worried then. Oh, please, not now. Osprey 165 vacated at hotel.
Osprey 165, welcome to Rovaniemi, taxi the apron.
Taxi the apron, Osprey 165, Merry Christmas. Matthew Presley, it's the...
You too.
It's a FT Sim Plus CRJ sound pack. What do you think? Does it sound more realistic? Bring these flaps up. Hello.
Hyvät matkustajat, istukaa vielä hetki paikallanne, turvavyöt kiinnitettynä, kunnes...
Welcome to Rovaniemi, everybody.
Olettehan varovaisia avatestanne matkatavarahyllyjen luukkuja. Toivomme, että viihdyitte tällä Finnairin Vanguard-lennolla. Kiitos ja tervetuloa uudelleen. Ja
oh, there's the Lufthansa 747. Jesus.
Bästa passagerare, vi ber er ännu sitta kvar en liten stund på era platser med säkerhetsbältena fastspända tills ljusskylten har släckts. Var försiktiga när ni öppnar bagaget.
I don't know where I'm going.
Vi tackar er för att ni valde Finnair och hoppas att ni trivdes på vårt OneWorld-flyg. Tack och välkomna åter och
I think it's left here.
god fortsättning på dagen. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and keep your safety belt fastened until the safety belt sign has been switched on. Please be careful when opening the overhead locker.
It is actually, because if Bravo's there,
We hope that you
and
have
it is,
enjoyed this Finnair one-way flight.
there's a
Thank
taxi
you for
line here,
choosing us.
goes off towards
We look
5.
forward to seeing you on board again soon. Thank you and goodbye and have a nice day.
Extra power to get around the bend here. Interesting, Matthew. So, it sounds like that's weird. That 2 aeroplanes. It is, isn't it? It sounds like
Rovaniemi Tower, good evening,
the FT Sim Plus sounds
214.5 miles.
aren't as realistic as the default Aerosoft ones.
Rand 701 on holding point runway 21.
This is stand 6. We'll take this next to Philip over there, the SAS.
Skywing 7041, wind is 1 0 dispatch, lost runway 21 to Westland.
21 cleared land.
Carrying so much extra fuel in case. So we've still got we've got 2,800 kilos left.
01 behind the landing CRJ900, line up runway 21 and wait behind.
Behind runway, line up runway 21, civilian 701.
Oh dear. Right, here we go.
Connection Rovaniemi Tower. Aerosoft Lima Victor, good evening. Establish ILS runway 21.
Make sure the park brake's on. It is, and we'll do engine 2 there. Oh, so we'll do engine 1.
From 31 Lima Victor, continuing approach number 2.
Approach runway 2, on
Chocks.
Rovaniemi Tower, data for India, hello.
Here we are. Pop out sight.
Delta Golf Kilo Alpha India, standby, brake.
This is freeware, by the way.
Do not line up runway 2.
Line up is wait, runway 21.
Confirm.
Not.
Stand by.
Definitely a do not instruction there. What is that livery there? Next gen. Oh, it's a standard. New gen. What? I don't know what that is. Obviously supposed to be something else. Why is my sim locked up? There we go.
Hold position, civilian 701.
Look at this, for a bit of freeware, folks. This Rovaniemi scenery is really good, isn't it? Philip, possibly a stream tomorrow. I don't know. It's the only day off I've got this week with the other half, so I don't know if she wants to do something.
Skyway 7041, welcome to Rovaniemi. Taxi to the apron. Taxi to the apron, Skyway 7041.
Yes, I like this. For a bit of freeware, this is remarkable. We've even got Finavia Rovaniemi Airport on the sign. And the cargo apron. I think this is great for a bit of freeware.
737, line up runway 2 and wait behind.
Behind, line up runway
Right,
21,
important, Valanta. The military apron, by the way, is done here as well. Just position this for a little screenshot. Maybe without a 747 in it. Most impossible, perhaps.
Tower Lufthansa 7021, stand 7, ready for push.
I doubt it, generic pilot. Like yourself there. Right, what do we reckon for the touchdown? We had that big stutter right at the end, which worried me quite a bit actually. Here we go. Review your flight with the 37th person to arrive there today. There we go. Minus 65 foot per minute at 0.95 G. I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
Siberian 701, this one please ready 5 knots, now if you want to take off for
There we go. Who's that coming in? It's to be the Fly UK CRJ900.
Again, please, after takeoff, contact.
The Sky Team Airbus of some sort.
Siberian 701, clear to take off runway 21, airborne contact. Rovaniemi radar 129, decimal 9.
There we go, guys. The Lufthansa's away.
After departure,
Pushing back into the other aircraft anyway. Matthew's posted an in-flight video, as you can see the real okay, inside Discord. Interesting. Hopefully that'll something to beat in the future, because I didn't think the CRJ900 sounded quite quiet with the default Aerosoft sound pack, but perhaps that's actually really realistic then. So big props to Aerosoft. There we go. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Brother, what is the tool's name? It's Volanta. So go to http://volanta.app. I'll put the link in the description of the live chat. Sorry. There we are. Aerosoft CRJ900 flight to Rovaniemi on Microsoft Flight Simulator as part of the Fly and See Santa event. You can hear it's quite busy, and it will get busier and busier into the evening today as well. We're actually 30 minutes ahead of our slot time, which is rather remarkable. Try and get another screenshot here, now that that 747's disappeared. Look at that, that's remarkably good. Thank you everybody for watching and flying along today. I hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been a really nice flight actually. Thank you to all of our great controllers along the way, from the folk in Glasgow all the way across Scandinavia for our arrival here into Rovaniemi. Keep your eye out on the channel. Next Saturday we're going to be live streaming from Palm Springs, New Palm Springs in fact, by Axonos. If you've not checked out the teaser for that, then do check that out after today's stream. It's a 2-minute long video showing you some of the highlights of the new scenery that's coming soon. We're going to fly into Palm Springs and then back out again with a little 3-leg hop covering 3 different airports throughout one stream, so do check that out. And I hope you've all enjoyed today's stream. Don't forget to give us a little like down below, and if you've not already joined us as a subscriber, then click the subscribe button too. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you soon, potentially tomorrow, but I'll keep you posted. You might see the stream pop up on the channel tomorrow at some point. Thank you everybody for watching, and have a great day. Take care.